Hello, citizens of Gotham. My name is Grab Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. How is everybody? How is everybody doing? Thank you for watching on the CIA Tube and, of course, CIA book. And then thank you for joining us at rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Let me get everything else set up. Hello, Venetia David over in the Rockfin chat. YouTube. I'm going to get all these things signed up. We're going to talk about the Maxwell trial. We're going to go into Biden's fracking permits. More than Trump, as it turns out. He is building back better. Just share this out on the socials, on the social medias. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And we're on. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of snow in Denmark. All right. Good to know. I'm drinking a delicious smoothie. Haven't had one on the air in a while. I always drink them. Oh, forgot something, but we'll get in a sec. Yeah. What do we got? Unsweetened organic almond milk, vegan protein powder, organic frozen blueberries, organic frozen strawberries, organic frozen spinach, organic frozen banana, unsweetened almond butter. Haven't ran out of peanut butter. Power greens. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Share this out on your social media. Another great way to support the show. Oh, brain freeze. Stop it. Just stop. Man. How? As you're seeing scrolling below, you can go to Venmo at Graham-Elwood. PayPal. We have a PayPal. Go to GrahamElwood.com. Sign up for the newsletter. It's free. You get a smoothie recipe when you sign up. I have 3 videos on Straight Arrow News now, which are cool. So check those out. The more of you that go over and watch me on Straight Arrow News, the better it'll be. Because that's part of the deal. They were hoping my audience would come over there and vice versa. Think about a reusable metal straw, which is a good thing. It gets cold in a smoothie. This is actually like a travel coffee mug. I don't drink coffee. Sometimes I'll travel with a tea. I enjoy tea in the mornings. I don't run around with it. I had green tea with roasted rice today. I got this wonderful Japanese store. There's Little Tokyo in LA, and then there's this on Sawtell. There's another little Sawtell. I think it's just north of Olympic. It's great. The Japanese make the best green tea, hands down. This is such a good smoothie. I'm sorry. That's in the camera. Wow. God damn, that's a good smoothie. Another way to support us is go to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can submit questions like Matt S. did. Matt, shave your knuckles for justice. Thank you for supporting us and making Gotham great again. Do you find the media lack of coverage on Hunter Biden interesting? A laptop, laptop story seems legit. Getting $500K for anonymous artwork donations, etc. I know it's insane that they won't talk about Hunter Biden. And if you talk about it, you're evil or whatever. You're this, you're that. The green tea offerings on the islands are good. Yes, they are. Anywhere there's a strong Japanese community, you're going to find great green tea. I remember, like, I've flown a lot, and I sometimes I've done morning flights or red eyes or whatever where they serve breakfast, and they're like, I'll drink tea, and the only tea they always have is black tea. On the flights to Tokyo, the flights to Japan, they have green tea because they know the Japanese won't drink the black tea. It's so wonderful. It is so wonderful. Hit the like button, share this out on your social media, everybody. It always helps what we're doing. Hit the like button. We're so obviously getting throttled. Just been throttled so severely. Oh boy. We're just always throttled. Always lies. Yeah. Well, let's get right into it, folks. Let's get right into unless there's more questions. If there's more questions over, I'll check the Venmo. Sometimes you guys like asking questions before I get into a hot, fresh segment. I'll check that out. Venmo. Also is my crypto exchange affiliate codes. If you're going to open up a crypto account, use my either crypto.com or BlockFi one. And then you get money and I get money. What's this? Why does it say? Look at this. Oh. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay. Boom. Tony DeMeo. Tony, shave your knuckles for justice. You are making Gotham great again. Thank you for supporting us at rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Rockfin, free to sign up. There's a lot of free videos on there. There's also a lot of premium videos. That's $10 a month. Fredo Cuomo is a spoiled little prick who is suing CNN for more money. Oh, what a crybaby. God, what a crybaby. Jesus, that's unbelievable. Randall Fräulein, shave your knuckles for justice, Randall. Keep on keeping on. I will, my friend. Kate has put in the chat the affiliate links for crypto.com and Coinbase and BlockFi. Hoping for a game show this Thursday. Those really cheer me up. Tony, I gotta see what Ron is up to. What his schedule is like. I know he's had some schedule stuff, so we haven't been able to do as many game shows. But I'll see what his schedule like for this week. All right. Boom. Interest rates for crypto kind of blow my mind. Isn't it amazing? You can keep your money in a bank and earn like a quarter or 0.5%, or you could keep it over at like BlockFi or whatever and earn 4 or 5%, or stable coins, you earn in some cases 10 to 12%. It's insane. I talked to Rosie Tran last night on the Late Night Crypto Lounge about stable coins and the interest rates that they're paying, because I wanted to learn more about it. So those videos will be rolling out this week, unless, of course, you're a Rockfin Premium member or a Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood. And all of the live streams are archived on Patreon and Rockfin Premium. So you want to watch the whole article, the whole interview with Rosie last night was great. Thank you, Kate, our moderator. All right, let's get into this segment, folks. Oh, let's get into it. One more smoothie, sweet. Here we go, laddies. Here we go. All right, all right. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching Boom, the Political Vigilante, rising up underneath Wayne Manor and the outskirts of Gotham. Comes the truth. We have been talking about the Epstein and Maxwell case for over 2 years now. I have an Epstein playlist on YouTube. I highly recommend you watch it, because some of the stuff we've predicted. I think this trial, the Maxwell trial, odd that it took a year. They kept postponing it. I just had a conversation with Whitney Webb, who we're going to get back on the show. She's just dealing with some schedule stuff. So we're going to get her on the show to talk about this. But it really seems like the Maxwell trial, because I'm like, what are they going to do? They can't kill her like they did Epstein. Epstein, we know, is middle management. Maria Farmer said that in her interview with Whitney Webb last year. So Epstein was expendable. Ghislaine Maxwell is way more powerful than that. The Maxwell family has ties to Mossad and the intelligence community. And more than likely, she has a bunch of, evidence showing all these people having sex with children. And she's like, if I go down, you go down. So my thinking is, having kind of watched how this trial is starting to play, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a show trial. And she's going to get off or get some slap on the wrist. And they're going to go, well, we prosecuted, we put it, she got her day in court because of this crap. Listen to this. Photos of Jeffrey Epstein's NYC mansion from 2019 FBI raid are inadmissible in a Maxwell trial. The judge rules. Inadmissible. So you remember, and this is the thing I've been asking for 2 years. Remember when Epstein was arrested in July of 2019? It was like, you saw those photos and videos of the FBI guys wheeling out all these files and all this stuff, right? And there's a lot of photos there. There was also a book of CDs that had people's names on it. That's all been inadmissible. Those names have been redacted. This is insane to me. So FBI photos from Jeffrey Epstein's New York City mansion are being kept out of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial in what is being called a setback for prosecutors. Setback? No, that's your smoking gun. That's literally like, we have the murder weapon, but I don't know. You mean the murder weapon that has fingerprints on it? And there's a ballistics report. Well, it's not admissible. So it's a show trial. So we know this, the most powerful people in the world that Maxwell is a part of. I mean, I'm going to do more videos on this, but she has, she was blessed by the Pope. Her and Epstein were brought into Bill Clinton's White House in the 90s. We know this about her father being a Mossad agent. I showed you, go watch the interview with John Kiriakou. I mean, one of the things Kiriakou said is in the interview I did with him 2 years ago. John Kiriakou is an ex-CIA. He's a CIA whistleblower. And he said that the CIA doesn't have a policy of like, you can go get children for pedophiles. But if you have an asset, you're a CIA and you're trying to get somebody or get information from them or compromise them to use them to your advantage, and they want, and you have to get kids for that person, the CIA is like not going to say no. So we know this is like more of an intelligence operation, this trial. It's a show trial. I mean, it really is a show trial. And they're going to say, oh, well, she had her day in court. And, the prosecutors, boy, they dropped the ball. We still can't see Ghislaine Maxwell. We see her sisters walk into court. We see videos of some of her victims walking into court. We cannot see Ghislaine Maxwell. So assuming she's there, but she gets special treatment. Cameras inside the Rittenhouse trial, that was covered 6 waves from Sunday. But this, After the rulings, Maxwell appeared elated at the end of the court for a day. She was smiling with her arm around her attorneys, Bobby Sternheim, according to the Miami Herald. Just so we know, Bobby Sternheim is one of these lawyers that has been hired on numerous occasions to defend usually rapists and pedophiles, and claiming that the witnesses, the victims, are always like, oh, repressed memories aren't a thing. That the Catholic Church uses that same ruling. If you watch that documentary, The Keepers, on Netflix about a Catholic Church, they hire lawyers to do that. It's despicable. But let's talk about this judge. When Judge Allison Nathan allowed 2 similar photos from Epstein's Palm Beach mansion into evidence, she didn't allow the New York City photos in question to be used. Weird. So this Judge Allison Nathan, we're going to get into her in a second because she said some interesting things online. Weird. I mean, it's not like the ruling elites can choose the judges, right? It's not like they control everything. Epstein and Maxwell, and I've shown you all the photos, the flight records. I'll show them to you again at the end of this video, but you know this. They have ties to Trump, the Clintons, Prince Andrew. These are the most powerful people in the world. Les Wexner, who's not mentioned this at all, and Maria Farmer said he was the head of the North American snake. All these billionaires, several royal families. So you don't think they have the ability to go, well, let's get this judge in there? And you get a couple favorable rulings like this. Oh. Nathan said prosecutor didn't reason as to how photos from 2019 were relevant to a crime that took place 25 years ago. She also said prosecutors didn't explain what they had to do with Maxwell. So this says 2 things. One, what are the prosecutors doing? And why would photos? So Ghislaine Maxwell is on trial for sex trafficking, right? Several of the victims said she participated in the sexual assault. That charge was never brought in. Never. She's a rapist and a pedophile, Ghislaine Maxwell. The media will not say that. They will not call her that. So what are we in this just ridiculous, old school, puritanical, patriarchal that women can't rape? If a grown woman has sex with a 14-year-old child, that's not rape? So you only if you got a dick? Oh, okay. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. They couldn't explain it. What do the photos have to do with anything? They're evidence. There's photos of Maxwell and Epstein with, naked girls. There's videos. There's all this shit in there. Oh, it didn't count. So who's this judge? This was posted by Maria Farmer, who I follow online. I'm trying to set up an interview with her. And this is what Maria Farmer put it, but also she retweeted this from Larry Johnson too. So artistic whistleblower is Maria Farmer's Twitter. Maxwell will get off because she has dirt / is covering for too many world elites. This is the other thing too. Epstein, as we know, was middle management, so he was expendable. Maxwell, she has said, if something happens to me, all this, she's got videos and whatever else, all this damning evidence. That's what they do. That's part of this intelligence operation. This is as old as time, but we know the CIA is involved in this because Acosta was told in Epstein's trial in West Palm Beach, Florida in 2009, Acosta, the prosecutor, was told Epstein was an intelligence, a CIA asset, and to back off. That's why one of the reasons Epstein got that sweetheart deal in 2009 or 10, whenever the actual trial ended, right? So we know this. William Acosta said that, who was then appointed by Trump. Okay. Judge Allison Nathan is presiding over the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. She is a member of Skull and Bones' sister secret society, Quill and Dagger. Diversity. Look, it's a woman judge. She was John Kerry's associate national counsel in 2004. John Kerry was in the Skull and Bones. She was a special assistant of White House counsel to Barack Obama from 2008, 2010, and appointed to the federal bench by Obama. She was appointed to the appeals court this year by Joe Biden. Weird. And this is what Whitney Webb put on there. The judge in Maxwell trial thinks Dershowitz is a luminary, unreal. So this is artistic whistleblower. This is Maria Farmer. I reached out to Judge Allison Nathan, who presided over the trial. She had warm words for both lawyers. It was a treat for me to get to see these two luminaries in action. I particularly enjoyed all the playful trash talking that occurred in and outside of the purview of the jury. Their level of preparation was substantial, and it was evident that they really got into character. Truly, they were both outstanding lawyer scholars, both of the legal and Talmudic variety, and thespians. So it means they're good actors. This is Allison Nathan talking about Alan Dershowitz, who's been listed. We know Virginia Roberts Giuffre listed Dershowitz as one of her abusers. Like, Dershowitz is part of this. So see how this is all connected? You see how the ruling elites work? Remember, I told you Maria Farmer, when she came forward in the 90s, she said the FBI was almost worse to her than Maxwell and Epstein, right? And who was the head of the FBI and was Free, F-R-E-E-H is the guy, who was appointed by Bill Clinton, who was on Epstein's plane 26 times. Hillary was on twice. Bill and Hillary were at Epstein's compound numerous times in New Mexico. Judge Free was also appointed by Penn State University in 2011 and 12 to investigate the Sandusky Penn State pedophile case, to which he gave this report showing how bad it was. And it was but sealed it off. Joe Paterno, who died during that time, he was the bad guy. But they never showed. They probably were getting kids for alumni and all this other stuff. So Judge Free is a part of this. Part of the thing we know is they really want to seal these things off. They don't want every American, every person in the world to know the world is run by billionaire pedophiles. The CIA has pedophiles in it. They go get kids. This is, you think this is the Republicans versus the Democrats? Even QAnon, which is a psyop to keep people divided, to think that Trump was the hero who was going to rescue kids from these pedophiles. He's a part of this. So I know it sounds like I'm going off on tangents, but I got to show you, this is the whole, who's running the whole planet, right? And this is what they do, is they really want to seal it off. Isolated incident. Just like, remember the Catholic Church is like a few bad apples with the pedophile priests. No. We know the Vatican on down knew about them, covered up for them, never prosecuted them, moved them around so they could abuse other kids, never held anyone accountable, never got fired, never got prosecuted, nothing. They want to make it seem like a few bad apples. Just like we don't have a systemic problem with our police in this country. It's a few bad apples, just a few bad apples, right? So this is what they want to see, and they're going to make this trial a show trial. Well, it already is. And Maxwell's going to get off or get a slap on the wrist and say they couldn't have enough evidence and this and that. So the judge was handpicked to cover this case. The judge thinks Dershowitz is fantastic. But who are the prosecutors? Are the prosecutors dropping the ball? How can the prosecutors just not argue good enough to let these photos get in? How do you lose the most crucial piece of evidence to your case if you're a prosecutor? I'm not a lawyer, but I mean, Christ, I would just assume, just basic watching, Law and Order shows, Law and Order specifically, or any sort of court drama, and knowing some lawyers, wouldn't you want the most damning evidence? Wouldn't you fight tooth and nail to keep that? So who are the prosecutors? Who is Maureen Comey? James Comey's daughter is the lead prosecutor in the Maxwell trial. This was in Newsweek. Oh, you know Comey. He's so great. He's trustworthy. James Comey's daughter. So she's kind of picked by the FBI? This is who's handling the case. So it's so clear that the ruling elites are staging this sham trial, and they're going to say, well, hey, justice was served, just like Rittenhouse. Hey, the kid's not a racist. Justice was served. You know, the law states you can do this, you can do that. Couldn't even get Rittenhouse convicted on reckless endangerment for bringing a gun to a thing, right? We're not here to talk about the Rittenhouse trial, but I'm just showing you this is what we had a trial. If it's a flim-flam trial, how is it real? This is a Whitney Webb article. Former spy details Israel's main motive behind Epstein's sexual blackmail operation. This was Whitney Webb's article. Mint Press speaks with Abban Menashe, a former Israeli spy who worked closely with Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, as part of their work with Israeli militaries, and had frequent encounters with Jeffrey Epstein. So again, we've talked about this numerous times. This is what Epstein would do. He would get powerful people coming to his house for some event, and we've heard these victims this last week in the trial say they were told by Ghislaine Maxwell to dress up in little schoolgirl maid outfits, underage, like children. I'm trying to not use the term underage girls anymore because it sounds like, oh, overage girls are okay. No girls are okay. So these were children. And they'd say, hey, powerful guy at the Jeffrey Epstein. A butler would come up. Epstein would never say it. A butler would come up and go, dude, would you like a massage from a beautiful woman? Yeah, sure. Why not? I've heard about these Epstein parties. The girl would, give a massage and perform sex acts. They'd videotape it and say, well, now we've got you on camera, fill in the blank powerful person, Alan Dershowitz, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, so we're going to need you to play ball. I showed you this again. This is in my Epstein playlist. One of the things I showed you how Epstein's hedge fund was fake. There was nothing traded. There was no, if you dig into that, it wasn't a real hedge fund. It wasn't investment. It wasn't doing mutual fund, anything like that. It wasn't doing any stocks. So, hey, powerful rich guy that we now have on tape having sex with a child, you're going to invest in Epstein's, because how was Epstein able to fund his lifestyle? He had this fake hedge fund, which was like, you need to give me $20 million or this video makes it to the public eye of you having sex with a child. So now they got this people. They've got these. That's why Dershowitz is like so adamant. No, I would never, because they got him. They got him and he knows it. So they all know it. And here's, Ghislaine Maxwell was bent, and this trial is uncovering, but also people like Whitney Webb are uncovering that, this just reeks of the intelligence community. I mean, we know that through Elizabeth Lee Voss. We've had her on numerous times to talk about the Founders Cult. Now, the Founders Cult has no ties to Epstein, but the intelligence pattern was very similar, right? And here's, Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, she's so giggling. This is with Jean-Luc Bernay, he's been arrested, pedophile in the fashion industry. It's always the fashion industry, the hedge fund, and the intelligence communities. Pay close attention to those. Again, watch the interview I did with John Kiriakou, who he said when Epstein died in prison, he said, this has to be the Israelis. He thought this was work as the Israelis. So if Epstein is becoming a liability, like a middle management guy, it's like the mob. Some guy keeps getting busted. They're worried he's going to talk. They'd always whack him. Right? So again, this was taken on Epstein's pedophile island. Now here's Ghislaine Maxwell and Trump numerous times, right? Trump, Ivanka, Epstein. Remember when she got arrested? He goes, I wish her well. Here's Ghislaine Maxwell at Bill Clinton. There's Chelsea Clinton. There's former President Bill Clinton. There's Ghislaine Maxwell. This is in 2011. And we're supposed to believe the Clintons had no idea who she was at that point. I'm just showing you all of this. Big stage now, big theatrics. Hey, he had ties, this Bloomer had ties to Epstein. We know he's a pedophile fuck. These two are creep fucks. You think your party's better than the other party? They're all creep fucks. And you're trying to tell me Hillary didn't know? Bullshit. This is the Epstein crime map. This thing it was made by Ryan Dawson, and it's just like, it's unreal. Jean-Luc Bernay, MC2 Modeling, which has modeling in New York City, Miami, and Tel Aviv. Alexander Acosta, Donald Trump, Jared Kushner, Charles Kushner. I mean, look at how. I mean, Jennifer Gaffney was assistant DA at New York City. Graydon Carter, Vicky Ward. Vicky Ward, we've talked about her before. She did some articles and reporting, and it seemed like, oh boy, she's trying to uncover the Epstein thing. But she actually, we know, has longtime friendships with Ghislaine Maxwell. So she's like a shill. She's put in there to look like she's trying to uncover the Epstein thing. But in essence, she's going easy and really making it hard in subtle ways on victims. We know this from Maria Farmer as well. I mean, Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell, ties to Mossad, Harvey Weinstein, the Nixon cult, which did sex trafficking and pedophilia. I mean, you see how this is all tied in? Les Wexner, the Wexner Foundation. Bear Stearns. Oh, Bill Cosby was a neighbor to Epstein in New York. Who knew that? So I'm showing you this because this is obviously an intelligence operation with Mossad and the CIA. And I've shown you this before numerous times. This is the propaganda multiplier. So the White House, the CIA, and the Pentagon feed information to the global news agencies, AP, AFP, and Reuters, and then this filters down. You see, they're all the same. Fox, CNN, MSNBC, NPR. You think they're all different. They're all fed the same crap. And then this is fed to the people. So this is what's happening with this trial. So they're talking, and even the corporate media is talking about the Maxwell trial. Oh, but they're not covering it. There's no cameras in there. Oh, it's a federal thing, so they don't have cameras in there. Okay. I have never, ever seen a celebrity trial at any level where there's no mugshot. There's no perp walk. She gets a private entrance. Ghislaine Maxwell gets a private entrance in. I know she's in custody and her sisters are like going to the UN to say she's being mistreated. That's how much power these people have. She's going to the UN. Her sisters are pieces of shit. This judge is a piece of shit. Like, they're all fucking pieces of shit. And then they put in Comey's daughter to be like a deliberate bad lawyer. It's like in the movie Sleepers when they hired Dustin Hoffman, the alcoholic, to right? To defend the guys, and it's all orchestrated by Brad Pitt's character. Anyway, I'm doing the movie reference, but this is all orchestrated. This is the ruling elites and unfortunately, it looks like Ghislaine Maxwell is going to get off. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong, and she spends the rest of her life in prison. But the ruling elites, because if she goes to jail, she's gonna something. She's got a kill switch or something like that on some stuff. And she's like, I'm sure she has made it abundantly clear. If anything happens to me, this all goes public. Because she's mean, awful, mean as a sake. She's a rapist. She's a pedophile. She's a sex trafficker. She's a piece of shit. She's a monster. And she needs to spend the rest of her life in jail. And all of her friends, they all need to go rot in fucking hell as well. But the ruling elites rule the world, right? They run the world. The pedophiles rule the world. And the vote any blue will do crowd. Yay, we got Trump out of there. For Joe Biden, who also has ties to Epstein. Joe Biden just has signed more oil and drilling and fracking and pipeline permits than Trump did. That's a separate video. But we're going to stay on the story. I'm going to have Maria Farmer on the show. We're going to have Whitney Webb on the show. Where this trial will probably go on another at least, I don't know, 3 to 4 weeks, another month, maybe longer. And it's sad that we're going in the direction that she might get acquitted. Ghislaine Maxwell might get acquitted. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. I would gladly do a video saying I was wrong. But I don't see it happening because the way it's all stacking up. So, and when like Maria Farmer and other Epstein victims are like Maria Farmer's sister who was trafficked. Yeah, I want justice for the victims and I want these monsters off the streets, but the monsters rule the world. And they're just power hungry sociopaths that will do anything for power. And they use sexual blackmail and don't care about raping kids or anything. They don't give a shit, traffic children. So this is who really runs the world. And no real justice will come when these evil people are running the world. So thanks for watching the show. Support what we do so we can keep talking about stuff like this, because the mainstream media will cover this, but only in the placebo way. They won't really go after this. They're not going to just crucify these people because their networks are owned and run by these people. So follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth, and shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Yeah, another fun Epstein segment. MHC, thank you for supporting us at rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. I didn't hear about Cuomo suing CNN until just now, but him doing so suggests he compared notes with Jeff Bezos after Bezos tried suing NASA. Yeah, probably. What a little crybaby punk. Can someone confirm, did Maxwell allegedly sleep with an underage male? I don't know. I've only heard female survivors come forward about that, so I don't know. Chimchuree, what's up? Shave your knuckles for justice. Good. Thank you for supporting us at rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, blockchain cryptocurrency platform. Graham, a handful of Reddit investigators have drawn up the hypothesis that under Maxwell, that user Maxwell Hill was Ghislaine Maxwell. The evidence presented appears very convincing, and I encourage you to look at the Reddit thread link below. It's on Reddit Conspiracy, so venture down into the comments at your own risk. All right. I'll check that out. All right. Let me see if I'll go into that. Yeah, BuzzFeed also posts celebrity lists of state propaganda. Yep. Progress as a general entity seems impossible. Yeah. I agree. Thank you, Emily J. All right, 215 people. Hit the like button. I want to do the next segment. I'm going to do is free Darien about Biden's fracking permit shit, and I just realized there's one more thing I got to get for it. So let me see here. Right. Looks like we're going to have Maria Farmer on the show next week. Yeah, I just was emailing her right now. Whitney, yeah, I don't think she's been on since April, I want to say, but we'll have her on. I just talked to her this morning, so we're going to have her on the next couple days or a week, depending on what her schedule's like. Hit the like button, folks. Got 219 likes. I love it. Is Rock Finnegan's will hold on the fort? Yeah. Okay, cool. Kate, can you put a show Be Right Back up on the screen? I gotta finish putting this stuff together for this Biden fracking thing. I'll be right back, everybody. Just give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back. You're all God's Hello, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Besides the hair, how is Jen Psaki different from Sarah Huckabee? That's funny. Oh. All right. Most recent reports from CIA whistleblower. Kate, can you actually put in the chat the link to my interview with Kyriakou from 2 years ago? Just so people have a reference to that. Because I was just watching it the other day and I was like, oh shit, man. Yeah, it should be in the Epstein playlist, and then if you just type in John Kyriakou, yeah, she'll put it up in a sec. Have we covered Charles Manson, the CIA, and government secrets? Not yet. Not yet, but that's good. It's from the Chaos book. Yeah. I have not yet. All right, everybody. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, send it out. Send it out into the world, young people. Find your truth. All right, let's Chaos book. Fantastic. All right. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hit the like button. And of course, great way to support the shows. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. I think we're doing government secrets this week. I'm just waiting to hear back from Lee. He's had kind of a crazy schedule, so we'll figure that out. All right, I'm going to queue up this. Here's the link to the interview with John Kyriakou, everybody. Go back and watch that. I'll probably clip some of that out in my next Maxwell trial. Watch that. What he says is really significant. Again, he's an ex-CIA guy. It's very significant what he says. Yeah, I'm here for the Mossad. All right, there's the Max. Okay, there's the Kyriakou link. All right, I'm going to do this segment now. Let's do it. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching Boom, the Political Vigilante, bringing you truth from underneath Wayne Manor, somewhere in the outskirts of Gotham City. So, man, are we building back better? Boy, Joe Biden is so building back better. You remember during the debates with Bernie Sanders, because Bernie Sanders was the only candidate that had a really legitimate Green New Deal, right? And Biden, who was vice president under Obama, who Obama opened up the Arctic to drilling twice. He laid down more pipelines. And, and they always go, yeah, but Trump was awful. Sure, Trump had a cabinet full of climate deniers. He rolled back a bunch of policy, but Joe Biden is supposed to be the big hero. At least he's better than Trump. Really? Because this is what Joe Biden said. I want to show you this. This is what he said in the debates back in, I think this is late 2019 or even 2020. This is from the debates.
No more drilling on federal lands, no more drilling, including offshore, no ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period.
Meanwhile,
period, done. And it's done deal. It's a done deal. It's just done. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that. And, I trust Joe Biden. I take the guy at his word. That's why we're all building back better. Oh no. Who keeps putting this in my show? Biden approving oil gas drilling permits on public lands at faster rate than Trump announces. This is from The Hill. This was on The Hill. This is in the Wall Street Journal or Washington Post. Bureau of Land Management, BLM data indicate that in 2021, the agency has approved drilling permits at an average of 336 per month. Drilling permits. Surely that's not as many as, surely Trump did worse. Oh, an increase from the monthly average of 245 at this point during the Trump administration. 330. So almost 90 more a month. 245 is an offensive amount. That's an offensive amount. So I just want the Vote Any Blue Will Do crowd to see this. He's approved more drilling permits. An increase, a 90 permit monthly increase from Donald Trump. This is why I didn't vote for either one of these rapist assholes. Biden and Trump are both pieces of shit. The Republicans and Democrats are both pieces of shit. I don't know how you think that the one party is better than the other. I don't know how people do that. How much Kool-Aid are you drinking? BLM issued 2,994 public lands drilling permits just in New Mexico alone. Blue state, the most productive oil state in 2020 compared to 1940 as of November 30, 2021. However, the Biden administration figure for the state still exceeded that of 2017, 18, and 19. So even in the one state, he's not as horrible as Trump. He was still worse than when Trump was in office in 17, 18, and 19. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, all right, guys, we're really building back better, aren't we? So shocking that the guy that fell asleep at probably the most important climate summit the world has ever had, COP26 that we just had last month, fell asleep at it. So Bernie Sanders, if I got this correctly, Bernie Sanders was too old. But Joe Biden, young, spry Joe Biden, fell asleep and is approving drilling permits. And then, he'll shut down one pipeline just as a token gesture. And then Mitch McConnell, this is all the theatrics of the two-party system. We'll go, oh my God, the reason gas is $5 a gallon is Joe Biden won't turn the spigot on, which is just such dumb. That's not how it works. Because let me tell you something. Any oil that's drilled in America is sold on the open market. You think these oil companies give a shit? That's such a dumb old thinking. Like, oh, I found an oil well in my backyard and I'm drilling and I'm selling it. And you think then that suddenly we're just going to see the gas price go down because we drilled more locally? Oil companies don't give a shit if they're happy Americans are paying $5 a gallon. And we're still cheaper than most of the world. Europe and stuff, it's closer to $10 a gallon. It's just preposterous. But this is the theatrics that, MSNBC and Fox News lull us into. This party's better than that party. And so gas is $5 a gallon. So now Republicans are like, we just got to get socialist Joe Biden out of there, and then the gas prices will come down. No, they won't. I mean, maybe if the oil companies manipulated enough, they want, but you think Joe Biden is not drilling more? So this is, I'm calling out both sides of the stupidity in this country. You think Joe Biden is some socialist hippie? No, he's not. And then you're a vote any blue will do person. You're a big blue stater, or you think Joe Biden's 10 times better for the environment? No, he's not. He's so much worse, or just as bad. But in this case, he's worse. He's giving more drilling permits. So we can't get Medicare for all. We can't even get UBI, Universal Basic Income. People are facing evictions. I've done numerous videos on that. By the end of the year, by the end of December, in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks now, we're going to be, more evictions are going to happen January 1st and February 1st. More foreclosures are going to happen. But we got money for fracking permits. We got money for Wall Street bailouts, and we got money for war. And we'll have that if we have a Republican president, and we'll have that money if we have a Democratic president. You cannot reform the Democratic Party from within. It is impossible. The American people get screwed over all the time. And the red state, blue state thing is so fantastic for the ruling elites because it keeps everybody fighting with each other, right? The left is fed, identity politics and diversity, cancel culture, whatever, to keep people thinking that the Democrats are better. And they use the Second Amendment and, family values to keep conservatives voting Republican. And both parties screw you over. Both parties screw you over. Both parties don't give a shit about working class Americans. But you're like, Graham, they're just approving permits. That's good for the oil industry. It's bad for the environment. And the environment is not some hippie thing. We have contaminated water. Abby Martin just did a video. The U.S. Navy has contaminated water in Honolulu, and they lied about it. Drilling brings more contaminated water. Fracking causes earthquakes. I've done numerous videos on that. Joe Biden could be approving, permits for solar panels, permits for, carbon capture plants. He could be doing, that's what his Build Back Better bill, but you can't do that when both parties are bought and paid for by the oil companies and military industrial complex. Them and the oil companies are tied together. This is what happens. So Joe Biden is not your environmental hero. He's not. So I don't think enough Americans are ever going to wake up to this fact. So they're just going to keep doing this lesser of two evil crap every 2 to 4 years. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. And that's how you shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Here's my Straight Arrow News of my 3 videos at Straight Arrow News. Please check that out. Here's my interview to John Kiriakou. Yep. John Kiriakou believes Mossad involved with Epstein's death. Are you suggesting we should have voted for Donald Trump? No, I'm saying don't vote for either party. I don't know how that's so hard to figure out. There's no heroes anymore except this disposable kind. And Graham, thank you so much. All right, folks, that's our show. Yeah, they also bumped. Yeah, Daddy Maxwell fell off a boat in mysterious circumstances. Yeah, Epstein and the squad, they're going to do nothing. The squad's busy writing tweets. They're going to tweet America's problems away. So folks, we always hit the like button and support what we're doing. We've been demonetized by YouTube. We're in our 11th month of being demonetized. So go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood, rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. All those links are below in the scroll. And of course, go to grahamelwood.com, sign up for the newsletter, which is free. It comes out once a month. I don't like overrun your email box. And you get a free smoothie recipe when you sign up. And whenever I start doing more tour dates again, those will be on my website. There's a PayPal button. There's a lot of great ways to support the show. Venmo. So please check it out. Yeah, Daddy Maxwell located. No one is going to save us. We are doomed if the working class doesn't take to the streets and sustain peaceful civil disobedience en masse. Yep. All right, so I'm going to sing. We always end the show singing karaoke, which is just fun because we talk about really heavy subjects like Epstein and drilling and the environment collapsing. So I cannot sing on YouTube because I get copyright strikes and shit like that. So if you want to watch me sing karaoke, it's always fun. Just go over to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Free to sign up for Rockfin. There's a lot of free content. And then if you want to do the premium content, it's $10 a month. But even if you don't want to do that, there's videos over there. You can just tip, give a couple bucks. You're supporting everything we do. So long live rock and roll. So go on over to Rockfin. It's on the screen. So if you're a YouTuber, if you're watching on YouTube, jump over to Rockfin. Very much appreciate all the YouTube folks watching. Thank you for supporting what we do. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. My subscriber, I used to have 78,000 subscribers. Now I'm like under 77,000. YouTube is so fucked. They're such assholes. It's this cool thing and they ruined it because they're just greedy dicks who work with the intelligence community. All right, YouTube, going over to rockfin.com. We will see you over at rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Don't join the CIA.